Alright, what is going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We got some more Cleveland Cavaliers draft news to, of course, been talking about with you guys again. I personally think, as a Cavs fan, we had an absolutely fantastic draft. I've been very critical on the Cavs drafts in, past years on certain things, like Isaac Okoro. When it happened, I actually remember sitting there and my hands went on my head because I was very concerned about the pick. Then I kind of warmed up to it, and now I'm kind of back to that same stage of hands on the head. Hopefully Isaac Okoro proves me wrong. And then you've still got the Dylan Windler one, which I remember thinking, why? I still think, why did we take Dylan Windler? But we did a lot of really, really good things. You know, I made a video talking about Isaiah Mobley getting drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, go and check out that video. I talk about why I think it could actually be a pretty nice move by the Cavs and kind of why the Cleveland Cavaliers did it, and just explain the whole situation there. Then at pick 14, they took Ochai Agbaji, which I also thought was a very, very solid move by the Cavaliers. That is who I predicted we would take, and I still feel like it was a good move, even though a part of me wants to think what's going to be going on with Colin Sexton now, because I feel like we got so many of those wing type of players where I just don't know. It feels like we could add some forward depth and some, center depth now, rather than the wing guard type players that we've got. We have a lot of them, especially we're going to look back to bring in Ricky Rubio and this and that. It's just like, where do you fit Colin Sexton in? There's so many players that you're going to want to play. But again, Ochai Agbaji, he's another very good player that comes in and fulfills a lot of really awesome things like three-point shooting and, of course, the perimeter defense. But what the Cavaliers also did... Hold on, I feel like I've got popcorn in my eyes. My fat ass was eating popcorn earlier and I rubbed my eyes. Not a smart decision. But what the other moves the Cavaliers did was we actually had, with our first second round pick, we actually took Khalifa Diop, which, I'm going to be honest, is going to be a hard name to kind of say, because every time I think of Khalifa, I think of something different. Yeah. I'm talking about Wiz Khalifa, the rapper, the one that did See You Again in Black and Yellow. I don't know what you guys were thinking about, you dirty bastards. But yeah, again, Khalifa Diop, he is there. I've actually been told that he might not even be anywhere near the Cavaliers in his first season. In fact, they actually plan to make it a draft and stash, where I think he'll actually play for his... I don't know what team it actually is, but whatever team he is on right now, I think he will continue to play for. Again, he is only 20 years old, and yeah, I believe that team is actually Saraya. It probably actually is. This team is, I believe, in the Euro League. I have no idea where. It is in Spain. There you go. So that is where Khalifa Diop plays. So that's all right. So again, I think he will be staying over there. I don't think he's coming to us yet, which is it's fine. He's 20 years old. He can play over there for another year, and then he can come play for Cleveland on a two-way deal maybe, where he'll probably play for Canton. And then again, you have the next pick, which we took Isaiah Mobley. I think Isaiah Mobley will be on the team next year. I think other than Ochai, he might be the only one that is on the team. Whether he's on as a two-way player or what it's going to be will be an interesting thing. And then you've got the other one, the one that everyone's kind of like, who is this? And I'm going to tell you who he is, because this actually might warm a lot of your hearts. This is actually an incredible story, and that is Luke Travers from the NBL. I believe I said that name right. Yes, I did. Luke Travers. Again, I've known about him for quite a while. I followed the story about Luke Travers. I just never remember his name. A lot of people think he looks like Billy from Stranger Things, which is hella racist because they're both Aussies. It's not racist at all. They just 100% look similar. I totally get where you guys are coming from. But yeah, no, it's, he, again, I guess I've never really seen Stranger Things, I'm gonna cap, but he does look like him. And pretty much a lot of people were like, why did the Cavaliers take him? He's an absolutely nobody. This and that. That is pretty much far from the truth. In fact, he actually, again, played in the NBL for the Perth Wildcats, who won the championship last year. And so many players have come from the NBL now and have been drafted. It is absolutely crazy. LaMelo Ball, I think, being the biggest one. Some might argue Josh Giddey. Of course, LaMelo Ball played for the Illawarra Hawks in New South Wales, and Josh Giddey played for the Adelaide 36ers, which is in South Australia. Again, both of those players came from the NBL. You've also got RJ Hampton, who played for the New Zealand Breakers, which is actually in New Zealand. That's the only other team that's not in Australia. And then, you know, you've got a couple other guys here and there. You got Usman Jeng now, who just got drafted to OKC at pick 11. He also played for the New Zealand Breakers. And now you've got Luke Travers from the Perth Wildcats in Western Australia, who, I'm not going to lie, I think he's absolutely worked his ass off to get to the NBA, and I'm so glad the Cleveland Cavaliers gave him a chance. I believe it was like a couple months ago, he wasn't even ranked in like the top 80 or something like that, but he got invited to like 5 workouts for 5 different teams to show what he can do. And as Aussies usually do, they absolutely try and work their ass off. And from what I've heard, he must have just absolutely like really impressed the Cleveland Cavaliers in the pre-draft workouts and just showed that he could be a really solid player. So the Cavaliers pretty much said, stuff it. We've had a lot of good Australians play for the Cavaliers before. You look at Matthew Dellavedova, Cavaliers legend, literally the GOAT of Cleveland. You look at Andrew Bogut, he played about a minute and like broke his leg. I don't know if he counts. And then you've got Kyrie Irving, who was born in Australia, but I'm pretty sure he left when he was like 2. So I don't know. I mean, once an Aussie, always an Aussie, right? I don't know. I guess I don't know, he's born in Australia, I don't know, whatever it is. He's not really Australian, but hell, to make my argument a little better, we'll take it. I'm sure there's a couple others that I'm just completely forgetting. Oh, Dante Exum, Thon Maker, absolute GOATs from Australia. They played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Again, probably a couple others that I'm just forgetting. But again, you got Luke Travers now, who will come in, and I don't think he will play for the Cleveland Cavaliers straight away. But from what I've heard, he's not going to be a draft and stash player. I don't think he will play for the Perth Wildcats. I think he would be pretty content to actually go and play for the Cleveland Charge, just so he can impress and actually maybe get signed by the Cavaliers to an actual contract that sees him actually play NBA basketball. So that might be a thing. Goes, plays 1 year in Canton, moves on from there if he does play well, which I damn well think he will. Basically, to kind of summarize what Luke Travers is as a player, I believe he's about 6'7", but he's a big dude. Like he's a small forward that can realistically probably switch on to nearly every position. Might be a bit slow for the guards, but damn, his hustle and all that type of stuff, his strength could definitely go head to head with some centers out there like a Bam Adebayo type of guy. But pretty much what he's been kind of talked about is actually being a very good just like a very good defender in general. Kind of a lockdown, a small forward lockdown. A type of dude that is not only going to defend the perimeter pretty well, but also defend the interior. He's also a guy that I think he averaged about 6 points per game as a 19 or 20-year-old, which, to put that in perspective, is about 5 points, I believe, less than what Giddey was averaging. Which, again, it might not seem that far behind, but I think there's a big comparison from Giddey to Luke Travers. I think Luke Travers was a little older, and also, I'm not completely sure. I think he had more experience in Giddey as well. I could be completely wrong, but also, yeah, he averaged 6 points or so, a couple rebounds per game. I think his 3-point shooting wasn't great, but pretty much he is a very good defender. A dude that is really going to come in, guard the perimeter, guard the interior really well, and just seems like a guy that JB Bickerstaff and Kobe Altman would absolutely love. And again, he went from a dude that wasn't even like ranked in the 80 to getting taken by the Cavs, all because he worked his ass off in the pre-draft workouts and just really worked hard to get here. And yeah, he was the second Aussie in the draft. Dyson Daniels went at 8, he went at 57. Usman Jeng from the NBL went at 11. Pretty good day for Australia / the NBL. Very, very good day. So again, I'm pretty happy about that. I think Diop could also be a really good player for the Cavaliers. I think I'm not too sure who our backup center would be next year. If Diop's going to be a stash type of player, they might just sign another veteran for one more year and then have Isaiah Mobley as like the third stringer. I'm sure that's what they will probably look at. A dude I'd love to get back on Cleveland would be JaVale McGee. Whether that would happen, I'm not sure. There's still the possibility of a Dwight Howard type of guy coming on. I've heard somewhere that the Cavaliers are like the only team interested in Dwight Howard, so we could be his last shot in the NBA. Dwight Howard does have that dog mentality that would kind of fit into Cleveland. You've also got Montrezl Harrell, who I think even has more dog mentality that could also fit into Cleveland. There are so many options that they could kind of go after right now, but honestly, I think they did really well in their draft. A lot of people are saying we should have taken this player because he was a higher rated player than Luke Travers. Yeah, that could be true. Maybe he is a better player. But obviously he didn't show that in the workouts. And the Cleveland Cavaliers clearly saw Luke Travers probably try his ass off and did really well and just thought, hold on a second. We could draft a dude that really, really worked hard and played really well and did everything he needed to do in the pre-draft workouts. Or we could draft a dude that wasn't very good in the draft workouts. Don't know if he's going to fit in well in Cleveland, but he has a higher prospect. That's what they looked at here. And they went for the dude that's a lower prospect, but could honestly just really, really try. And sometimes talent isn't everything. And I really do hope that Luke Travers kind of, proves that. Because if he got his three-point shooting right or something like that, to be a dude that can guard the perimeter and the interior while shooting threes, that's going to get you an NBA contract. So I'm really interested to see how that, of course, goes. Definitely make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below what you guys think about Cleveland taking Khalifa, Mia, Wiz Khalifa thing, with the 39th overall pick. And what do you guys think of, the Aussie that the Cavaliers took, of course. Can he be as good as Dante Exum, Thon Maker, and Andrew Bogut in Cleveland? I guess we'll have to find out. But as I was saying, let's see how we're going to go with Luke Travers. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content, draft content, subscribe to my gaming channel, IRL/Long channel. All of them will be linked in the description down below, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.